everyone, and today I have a video where I show you how I contour with cream products and also a little bit of powder too, and like how I highlight and apply my blush and stuff like that. So the other day I received the cream contour series kit thing from Anastasia, and it comes with 3 of their cream contour kits. It comes with this one in light, which is the one I use today, and then it also comes with one in medium and also deep too. I will leave a link to where you can get these below, and I just love these so much. Like, Anastasia have definitely upped their game with the contour kind of stuff. Like, their contour palette is amazing, but these are just like absolutely phenomenal. Like, I can't explain it. So I will leave a link to where you can get these below, and they're probably the best contour kind of kit thing that I've ever tried. They're so blendable, so pigmented, and Anastasia is just such a great brand. And as I said, I will leave all their links down below. And if you actually think this light kit is a little bit too dark for your skin, they're actually coming out with a fair one soon, so just stay out for that if you want kind of like a lighter kit. So in this video I basically just talk through some steps of how I use the cream colours and also how I kind of bronze, highlight and add blush to my skin too. So give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy, and I will see you soon. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is apply my moisturiser, and I use the MAC Strobe Cream, and I'm sure you guys have heard me talking about this before because I love it so much, and I always use this when I wear makeup because I just think it moisturises my skin so well before applying primer. And you could use this as a primer too, but I just think this works really well as a moisturiser, and it's really thick and I love it. So then once I let that settle into my skin, I go ahead and apply my primer, and of course I'm using my Tarte Clean Slate Flawless Primer. And I seen someone the other day doing a swatch in one of their videos of the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, which is like £60 or something ridiculous like that, and the finish of it looked really similar to this, like that kind of like bluey, like iridescent glow. It looked really similar to this, so I wonder if it's actually kind of similar to it or whether it's just kind of looked the same. But I would love to find that out, because it means then if you're interested in getting the Hourglass one, you'll be able to save a lot of money and get the Tarte one. And then for my foundation at the moment, I've been loving these two paired together just because I have been pretty self-tan recently. As you can tell, my face is a lot lighter than my neck, so I like to mix like a darker foundation in with a lighter one to match my skin. And the ones I've been loving is the Mercier Silk Cream, which is my all-time favourite foundation. And then my second favourite has been the SmashBox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation, and as you can tell, this is a lot darker, so I like to kind of like lighten it up a little bit with this. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to move on to contouring and highlighting. So for my cream contour, I'm going to be using the Contour Cream Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills in light, and this one just looks like this. I actually have the other ones in deep and medium too. They all came in like a little case like this. So this one is the dark one, and this one's medium, and then this one's light, which is the one I'm going to be using. But I can also get away with using the medium one too. And if you find the light one wouldn't suit your skin tone, there is a fair one coming soon, so it means then you'll be able to get one which is lighter. But this is what the light one looks like. So the brush I like to use for applying my cream contour is this Zoeva face paint brush, which is the 109. In my opinion, I like using like real hard brushes for cream contour because I just think it blends it out as you're applying it, whereas synthetic brushes really just kind of place the colour on, and then you would have to go in with a different brush to blend it out. But I think using like real hair brushes worked really well with contour, so, and I also really like the shape of this one too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this colour here, which is the shade Cinnamon, which is the darkest colour in the palette, and you can also like spray your Fix Plus into it as well to make it more creamy, but in my opinion these are really creamy, which is really good. So what I like to do is start along my cheekbones first of all. So if you can't really find your cheekbones, you can feel like a dip of where it kind of goes in, and then you can obviously feel the bone on top of it, but it's basically just like from the top of your ear down. And it kind of follows in like that, but you can also suck in and then you can see your cheekbones too, but I can kind of see mine already, so I don't really need to do much. What I do is I just place my brush into where I want to start contouring out my cheekbones, and I basically just bring it to like the outer corner of my eye, because you don't want to go too far in and then it looks really overdone, so you want to just kind of stop at like the outer corner of your eye. And I like to kind of do it on my ear too, just so it all kind of blends in. So you just place your brush in the hollows of your cheeks and just kind of bring it in like that. And don't worry, it's going to look really harsh at the start, but then when you're going to blend it out, it won't look half as bad. So I just like applying all the colour first of all, and then my highlight, and then blending it all together at once. Like that. And these are so blendable, they're like the most blendable cream colours that I've ever used. So once I have my two cheekbones done, I like to move up to my temples. So what I like to do is place the majority of the colour right on the side of my head here, and you can usually just see like the darker area. As you can tell, I do have a little bit of a darker shade here on my natural skin tone anyway. But what I like to do is place like the majority of the product on my temples like this and bring it right up into my hairline. I just kind of use this brush, and this brush kind of does get a little bit rough, but that's why I have another one to blend out, and this is also just the same one only in a different colour. But I have two of them, for one for applying the colour and then one for blending it out. So basically just place the majority of the product on my temples, and then what I like to do, usually I would just kind of keep the product here, but what I've been liking to do recently is bringing it along my hairline as well at the front of my head. And then I also like to take the same colour and apply it under my jawline. And then I also like to take some on my finger and place it along the sides of my nose. Like that. And I know that looks really dramatic now, but I obviously am going to go in to blend it. Now I'm going to go in with a clean version of the Luxe face paint brush and just blend this out. And this brush is really soft, so it works really well for blending. And it's a perfect dupe for this brush, which is the Nars ITA. And this is like, I think it's around £56 or £50 or 46 or something like that, and this brush basically just does the exact same thing. Only it's a little bit dense, but it basically does the exact same thing. So then you just want to kind of blend all the colour out like that. You could go in with a more kind of fluffier brush if you want, but I just find this brush is like the most perfect size and it works really well for it. And then once I have all that blended in, you can go in with this colour here to highlight your skin. Only I like going in with my own concealer just because I think this is a little bit too dark, and it looks really light in the pan, but it is really light. But I like going in with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer, which is a lot lighter, but it all works out and blends in really nicely towards the end. But I have used this highlight before just to highlight my skin, and it works really well too. So now what I like to do is to highlight my face, and I go in with my Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly, and this is what I use to highlight my skin. And I basically just dab it under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, its bow, chin, and then also the centre of my forehead. And this is my favourite concealer, I love it so much. And then to blend that in, I just use my Real Technique sponge I used for my foundation, and I just pat it into the areas I applied it, and it just blends in really nicely. And I love highlighting and contouring, I just think it makes your face look unreal, and it just really does change your features and enhance your features. It's really good. And then to set my highlight, I either use the banana colour in the Anastasia Beverly Hills kit, which is really good, or either I use this, which is a mineral powder, and it's actually a mineral concealer, but it doesn't really add much coverage, so that's why I like to use it as like a setting powder for my highlight. And it's in the shade Fresh, and it's from the brand YouNique, and it just looks like this, and it's also kind of like a yellowy coloured powder. Or either I would use my MAC MSF in Light, which I really like too. Today I'm going to use this one from YouNique, and I'm just going to place it under my eyes, and the brush I like to use for this is either a Sigma F35, which is just a taper brush, or either the Luxe Face Focus brush from Zoeva, which is just like a little flat brush like this. Both of them work really well. Today I'm going to take the Sigma one, so I basically just cover my brush in the powder and just pack it on under my eyes just to set my highlight in place. I like to kind of just dab my brush onto it rather than kind of swiping it, because you don't want to like disrupt the colour, so you just want to kind of pad your brush onto it. And then to set my actual cream contour so that it doesn't kind of smudge about throughout the day, I like to go in with some of these colours here from the Anastasia contour kit. Most of the time I would use, I actually pretty much use all of them, but most of the time I would take a mix between this one, Java and Fawn, and I just take it on my Nars eyelid brush, and I basically just go over where I contoured, only not really precise, just kind of setting it in place. I also like to add a little bit of shimmer to the tops of my cheeks just to kind of make it more glowy, because I love being really glowy. I really love the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors. I have Opal and Moonstone, but I can only find Moonstone at the moment. So this is what Moonstone looks like. It's just like a really white kind of shimmering champagne colour. It's really nice. Whereas Opal is like a really bronzy colour, which is also stunning. And if I don't use my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfectors, I would use like my Balm Mercier Luminizer, or either my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, which is also stunning. But today I'm going to use my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone, which is so pretty, and I'm going to use it on this Zoeva Luxe Face Focus brush. And what I do is I basically just place it along the tops of my cheeks like that, and kind of just bring it round like that, and it just gives such a gorgeous glow. And I also like to place some on my brow bone too, down my nose, in the middle of my forehead, just whatever's on the brush, and then a little bit on my chin. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do my lips, and then I'll be back. So this is basically the final look, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I know it's quite a lot of makeup, but I just think doing this kind of once every so often, like if you're going out or a special occasion, I just think it's kind of nice to use quite a lot of products just to make your skin and just kind of enhance your features, and I just think it looks really nice. So I will have all the links to the products I use down below. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!